What's good? So this was a big event, pretty cool. Was on Netflix. Uh, Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson by decision. Um, this whole event, I didn't really talk about it. Uh, we all knew it was a farce since the beginning, but you just heard a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people were talking about this fight. Um, More than any other boxing fight in years. Let's say more people were talking about this than Tyson Fury versus Usyk a couple months ago. So um, this was probably the event of the year. Mayweather McGregor type of deal, freak show. Um, I said if Mike Tyson has anything left, he's gonna knock out Jake Paul. His feet were shot. He got tired after the first round. He was just standing in the middle of the ring. He was always a smaller guy, and even against a guy that fights above is what he should be fighting. He should probably be fighting a super middleweight, Jake Paul. I'm saying if he was a real fighter, but he usually fights these guys at like 185, which would be cruiserweight. But even this guy that fights at cruiserweight, big at cruiserweight, came in like at 226, 227. Yeah, usually he's a smaller guy, but he gets guys out of there with his speed. And speed creates power. And yeah, that's how we got Kid Dynamite. But he's 58 years old. And of course, it was conducted in the state of Texas because, of course, they'll sanction this fight because they have no shame. They're corrupt. And by the last round, Jake Paul was just doing whatever he wanted to do. He was moving fairly well. This tells you nothing about his career, where his career is going. He was saying that Canelo needs him. I mean, maybe Canelo will make some money fighting Jake Paul, but and that would be a spectacle. I would watch that. I would definitely watch that. Jake Paul's he's an enigma in the sport of boxing because he's okay. He's a good fighter, and he's too good now for these type of fights. He's too good to be fighting 58-year-old legends. He's too good to be fighting Nate Diaz, Anderson Silva still. He should be fighting prospects and contender levels. I mean, the only real fighter he fought was Tommy Fury, and he lost. He should go. If we're taking this boxing thing seriously, and this video is already longer than I already thought it would be, but if he was to take this boxing thing seriously, not just for money, but if he wants to be a world champion, like he says, he would rematch Tommy Fury and then go on to fight another prospect and then fight some contenders, top 10. And then fight for a world title. He could fight for a world title in 4 or 5 fights if he really wants to. If he were to fight, he could fight for one in his next fight if he really wanted to. Well, I don't think his team would want him to do that. If he were, I'm not a huge fan of Zurdo Ramirez, but if he were to fight Zurdo, Zurdo would knock his blocks off, and he's not even a knockout fighter. Or that other guy with the I was gonna say with the foreign name. I don't remember his name, but I'm not even gonna try it. But the cruiserweight's not my favorite division, but he can't even win a world title today if he were to fight there. But 4 or 5 fights fighting actual fighters, he could be a world champion. Sure, especially in the sport of boxing, man. They can make up a. That's the thing, right? That's why he's doing boxing and not mixed martial arts, right? Because he would have to fight with an actual organization that he would have to fight under their regulations and their rules, and he would have to fight the opponents of their choosing, right? Even if he were to fight PFL, I mean, shoot, maybe if Bellator were still around, but yeah, it was definitely hard to watch, man. Jake Paul would hit him with a couple jabs, and Mike Tyson would kind of stumble, and Jake Paul would back off. And the last round, he was like kind of giving him props for the last 30 seconds, just like, all right, thank you. During the fight, this was a farce. We all knew it, but there was that little hope that if Mike Tyson still has it, he could knock this guy's block off if he has anything left. But he doesn't. He said he still wants to fight. If these guys want to fight other old legends, like, shoot, if you were to fight Holyfield for the third time, you know, it's whatever. You know, Chavez still fighting, Chavez Senior. You know, he's doing exhibitions all the time. He did one with Morales. He did one with a bunch of guys already. They're not huge events, but you know, it kind of keeps that tick, the fighting bug going. You know, you could fight an exhibition, glorified sparring match. You could do that. I mean, I know it doesn't create that much money, but at least there's no chance of getting hurt, man. If Jake Paul, and this is hard to say, man, if Jake Paul really wanted to, he could have really hurt Mike Tyson. And that is not what we want for these old legends, man. That is not what we want. If they want to come back to the ring, they should go against other old fighters. But yeah, this was an event. I mean, hopefully we get more fights on Netflix. I know we're seeing more fights on regular Amazon Prime. You got the One Championship on Prime, so I hope that's the start of a new trend. We're gonna get Monday Night Raw on Netflix starting next year, so for the wrestling fans. So I don't mind fights on Netflix, man. Better than paying for freaking DAZN, you know, those scam artists. So thanks everyone for watching. What do you guys think? Peace.